This is Investment Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Daily live streaming interactive. Featuring Mrs. Backup. Subscribe, hit the notification, smash the likes. Now, here's Backup Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Good morning and welcome back to Investment Perspectives, everybody. I'm Brad Kimes. You can follow me at Backup Bradley on Twitter, and all the information that we're going to talk about today is there. And if you're not on Twitter, I would get there because there's a lot of great information. First of all, shout out to Digital Asset Investor who interviewed Greg Kidd yesterday at the Link 2 conference, and it was absolute fire. Absolute fire. It is 26 minutes of straight amazing conversation and questions between Greg and DAI. So make sure you check that out. This gentleman here actually recorded it live or did a live event on his channel, and shout out to that person. I don't know who it is. GDLT, I believe it is. So give him a like and subscribe as well, and go check out that interview. I can't wait for DAI to release his video on this interview because I know he's going to have some insights about the things that he said. And after he does, I'm gonna probably end up doing a video on it too, because it was just 26 minutes of straight fire. I mean, great conversation and some really, really substantive questions that really, I think, give a lot of clarity to some of the main things that us as an XRP community, as retail investors, have had questions about for a long time. And it was just amazing. So shout out to him for that. Go watch that video. Now, here is a clip a tweet from Mickey B. Fresh, and this was actually a response to a back and forth conversation that was happening. It was originally, the thread was started by Sam I Am. Shout out to him. He was asking a RippleNet question about payments. David Schwartz had made a reply, and then Mickey B. Fresh had made a post as well after David. And shout out to all of them. And the one thing I wanted to highlight here for the conversation of this morning is this post right here that Mickey B. Fresh had put on. And we're going to get him on the show soon. Just as a side note, I've been working on doing paper edits for the documentary, so I've had to postpone the live show temporarily. But it is going to be amazing. I'm so excited about the documentary. I mean, there's just so many interviews, and I'm very close to finishing out all the main interviews that we did of all the top creators in the space and things like that. And I'm about to shift gears and go into some of the YouTube interviews that we did and highlight some of those areas as well before sending all of this back to Mike Jansen. So very excited about that. Stay tuned. Looks like a late summertime release, give or take. But the more important thing is it's going to be fantastic. So hang in there. It's going to be worth the wait, is all I can tell you. So listen to this clip from Mickey B. Fresh. He says, RippleNet is so powerful. Soon distributed applications in each trade, e-commerce, treasury platforms will offer services inside and out of network with regional clearing, network or hosted nodes offering FX quotes. Ripple calls it a payment network, but also a distributed exchange. There you go. Listen to this little clip here from Evan Schwartz.
Another one, if you want to have a really low latency regional blockchain, you could pick a bunch of hosts that are all in the same region, spin up a private blockchain or public blockchain on top of that, and off to the races.
That's simple. I'm going to play it one more time. It's very quick, but it's look at the illustration and listen exactly what he's saying.
Another one, if you want to have a really low latency regional blockchain, you could pick a bunch of hosts that are all in the same region, spin up a private blockchain or public blockchain on top of that, and off to the races.
This is what they've done. You talk about market infrastructure and allowing all these different businesses, banks, industries to be able to pull up a regional set of nodes or hosts that you need, build your own private system there, and you're off to the races. When I think about how we've sat back the years that you've been in this space, whether it's 3, 5 years, 2 years, whatever it is, and you've watched the price kind of stay or go to 30 cent or 40 cent and then back down to 20 cent and 18 cent and this, that, and the other. This is why. Look what is available now.
Another one, if you want to have a really low latency regional blockchain, you could pick a bunch of hosts that are all in the same region, spin up a private blockchain or public blockchain on top of that, and off to the races.
That just says so much to me in such a small period of time in that video. And shout out to Evan Schwartz and all his endeavors that he goes onto. It's just remarkable to me because it is about market infrastructure and being able to have this new system and infrastructure in place for all of the different businesses, industries, right? Banks, financial payment providers, you guys know the drill, to be able to take up the new system, as Christine Lagarde said when she was the IMF director at the IMF. So, now at the ECB president, and also side note for her, as the ECB president, she's also made comments recently in an interview where the ECB is going to continue to be buying up bonds just as the Fed does because things are not so good. So just a side note on that as well. Let's move to the next piece. Shout out to XRP Crypto Wolf on this one. Now, this is phenomenal. When we covered this company, Kingdom Trust, and I was first turned on to this company by Mickey B. Fresh, and you're going to hear more about this company from the two of us going forward in the future. They're doing really great things, and when we covered this is a new way of looking at what they talked about, because this let's just take a look at this, because it's not a long read, but you want to talk about perspective of where we're going and how you can't get there without market infrastructure. Well, listen to this for a second. Generational shift to open 28 trillion retirement market to crypto. Now, we're just talking about the retirement market. CEO of Kingdom Trust, a regulated custodian managing $13 billion in assets already. We're not exactly talking about a corner store here. Believes a generational shift will soon open the $28 trillion retirement industry to Bitcoin. An interview with Cointelegraph, Ryan Radloff, the CEO of crypto-friendly $13 billion custodian Kingdom Trust, asserted that a generational change will soon open the $28 trillion United States retirement fund industry to crypto assets. Right now, the single largest addressable market for Bitcoin is the $28 trillion in the U.S. retirement market. Radloff asserted there is no single more addressable market for Bitcoin to penetrate, for all digital assets for that matter. Right now, all of the money is about to go through this generational change. And there's been hardly any penetration of Bitcoin into that market today, he added. How bullish they are on this. I mean, this is massive. I just did an article yesterday. If you haven't seen the video, watch out for those wolves of Wall Street. Go watch that video, because it makes the counterpoint about how the Goldman Sachs of the world, and they can't offer crypto to their clients yet for regulatory reasons, right? And so until it's available to them in that manner, they can't. Right? And that doesn't mean that they don't get it for themselves. It doesn't mean that Goldman Sachs as an entity can't buy it. It just means they can't offer it to their clients yet. This is what they're talking about, and Kingdom Trust can see that it's coming. From the stock flow standpoint, that is a massive deal, because now what you're doing is unlocking a massive amount of new dollars that can inflow into our industry. And that's why it's so important. Okay, so 7.1 Americans own Bitcoin. Radloff predicted that the first wave of capital from moving to crypto from the retirement market will come from the 7.1 million Americans who already own Bitcoin. However, he noted that a few crypto asset holders realized that they can hold Bitcoin in their retirement accounts. When the IRS service decided to tax Bitcoin, consequently, it directly enabled Bitcoin to be held by qualified custodians in retirement accounts, he said. I think that's where what you're going to see over the next 3 years is that the 7.1 million of us that already invested in Bitcoin are about to wake up and realize that there's an opportunity to get their savings out of the Fed's rat trap, out of the endless Keynesian cycle of money printing and stocks. Radloff continued. Now, here's where I'm going to tell you that that's absolutely true, because I'm going to tell you what, iTrust Capital is a company that I love, and I've told you guys about these iTrust, and I'm telling you right now, you're not going to find somebody who offers a crypto IRA for a better deal than what iTrust Capital is. I have a link in every description box under my videos, and I always try to put it in the comment section too. Call them, check them out. I'm telling you right now, you're going to find out it's a great company with even greater people. They're amazing. They explain everything, and you will not find a better crypto IRA, tax deferrable, tax free. You're not going to find a better one. And guess what? He's going to be on the show soon, and they just started offering gold in their IRAs as well. You can't beat what they're doing. It's unbelievable. Okay, so let's keep going here. Kingdom Trust says, what we'll consider success is make sure that all 7.1 Americans that have bought Bitcoin already have a retirement account, know that they can buy Bitcoin in their retirement account in regulatory approved structure. That's what they're waiting on. But you know what? You really don't have to wait. You got the iTrust Capital out here absolutely crushing the space in a manner that others aren't. So listen, this is exciting stuff. You can feel how close we're getting. The conversation here. Just recently, I covered also, as a side note to this, in retirement markets opening up. Let's talk about the fact that the IRS just announced that they are hiring outside contractors to be able to drill down on the crypto space and make sure that they get all the information needed from everybody who's been a part of crypto so they don't miss anything. It's a taxable event, and they're going to make sure that they tax you for it, and me. So make sure you're on top of it. That's another thing. I'm getting ready to have Clinton Donnelly back on this show. We're going to do a pre-recorded video where we cover all the questions. If you have questions that you want to know about crypto, put them in the comments underneath of this video as well. I will get your questions asked by Clinton Donnelly, the tax fixer, man. He is amazing. And make sure you check out that link as well, because I'm telling you, there's not a lot of people out here in the tax space that are versed, that can help you and get you straight on your taxes, and it's something you do not want to get hung up with them. So make sure you check that out as well. All right, guys, that's where it's going to do it for me. Don't forget to check out this video that is fire by Digital Asset Investor with Greg Kidd. It covers so many things. XRP being a security knot. Does it affect the IPO? Talking about escrow after the IPO. Oh my goodness, so many things got asked into that interview. Make sure you don't miss it. Hit the like and subscribe. You like the content, please share, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.